we have discussed about the basics of isometric drawing, and we have already completed one tutorial regarding the same. Okay, so I have already given the second assignment, which is this particular assignment, and hopefully you have already completed the first assignment. If you are facing any problem, you can ask me in the comment section in the Google Classroom. Okay, so regarding the second drawing, I mean this particular drawing, we will discuss about the basic concept. Is a very easy one. If you try it in your home, you can easily do it. But some of you were asking me that they were facing some problems when they started off with this particular drawing. Okay, so I'll be discussing the same with you today. Okay, please give your attendance in the Google Classroom links. Let us start. So for starting your drawing, I'll click on this start drawing option, and the first thing first, we will set our limits for our drawing. Now for this particular drawing, we will set our limits to more or less 150 150, because this is 112, this is 64. So if I give 150 150, it can be, the diagram can be easily enclosed within that limit. Okay, so I will give the limits comment. Okay, now click on enter. The lower left corner has always to be set at 0, 0 or 0 tab 0, whatever you do. Click on enter. The upper right corner, I will give this to be 150, 150. Okay, enter. Then I will apply this limit to our screen, that is Z enter, A enter. Okay, so zoom all. So I have already set my limits to the screen, and the second thing that we will do is we will change our plane. I mean, we will use the command snap style. This thing I have already discussed in the last class, so I will click on snap style, and as you can see that the default value is 0. I will change the value to 1. Okay, click on enter. You can see that the crosshair has changed and the grids have already changed. That means we are now in ISO plane. Okay, so when you're working on ISO plane, see, we'll start off with our drawing. You can see this is an 112, this is 64. So first thing is we will create a rectangle of length 112 and breadth 64. As you can see here, this is 64, this is 112. Okay, so I will select the line command, and you can see that I have to keep the ortho on here. Mind it, during this type of drawing, during isometric drawing, you will keep your ortho on in most of the cases. Okay, so as you can see now, we have to change the plane in order to specify 112 distance. So for that I will click on function F5 in case of laptop. In case of computers, PCs, you can simply click on F5 because there are no concept of hotkeys. If there is a concept of hotkey in your computer, you can straight away use the function command and then click on F5. Okay, so I'll give this. So I have already changed our plane to ISO top. Why ISO top? Because this is the top plane. I mean, if you see from the top, you will be able to see this end. So this is 112, this is 64, or this is 64. So what I will do is I will give 112 length and I will give 64 as the breadth. Okay, so again I can track this point and I can click it here and I will click it here, right click, enter. So the rectangle has been created. Right now this is 16 unit length, therefore I will select, I'll click on this point and I will have to draw a 16 unit line. Now as you can see, it is not properly aligned, so I have to change again the ISO plane. Mind it, this can be the right plane as well as the left plane, because this is the point, this is the line which falls under both the right plane as well as left plane. So I will click on function F5. I have changed it to ISO right, as you can see it here. So I will give this distance as 16, and again I can join it here, and this will be how much? This will be again 112 because it's specified. I will click it here, right click, enter. Similarly I will select this left option. I have to change the plane to now ISO left, therefore I will click on function F5 again and I have changed it to ISO left. So I will give this distance as 64, enter, and then I will join it here. Okay, so this is the basic structure of the drawing. Now we have to come to these portions. Now these portions, you can see this is 40. So if you are taking it from the top part, therefore this particular distance will be 40 minus of 16, therefore it's 24. So I will select line option. I will keep it at ISO left, so this is 24, enter. And I can move this distance as 16, so this is 16, enter. I can bring it down. I will bring it down an arbitrary distance, later on I will trim it. Okay, so I will select this line option again. I will select this point, I will drag this point, change the ISO plane now. So I will click on F5 and bring it to the top plane, because I am drawing this face. So this face, it's 32 and 16, so this is 32, enter. And we have got 16 distance here, and I will click and join it at this point. Okay, so again I will have to change the ISO plane to ISO right. Use the line option, click on this point, bring it down. How much distance? This will be, again this distance will be 24, because total distance is 40, this is 16, so this will be also 24. So I will bring it down at 24 distance, click on enter, and then join it here. Okay, so that is the part that we were looking for. I will use the trim command, tr, enter, enter, and I will delete the unwanted parts. So these are the unwanted parts, these are the parts which will not be visible, so therefore I have deleted those parts. And similarly on the other way around, we will also create this object. So this object is again 24, so the same dimension can be used. I will use the line command. I'll click on this point, and this distance is how much? This will be 24, because this is 40 minus of 16, so 24, so this is 24 again. Then I will bring this a distance of how much? This distance is 32, clearly said here, so this is 32, enter. Bring it down, you can bring it down an arbitrary distance, or you can give a distance of 24, enter. That will work. Right click, enter. Okay, again click on line command. You have to change the ISO plane now, so I will click on function F5. This is how much distance? 16 distance, enter. Then we will give I can actually change the ISO plane now also, F5. So I'll bring it how much distance? I'll bring it at 32 distance again, and I will join it here. Okay, then I can use the line command again. I'll again have to change the ISO plane, so function F5 and bring it down to 24 distance, again 24, enter, and I will join it here. Okay, so again function F5, I'll join it here. This is the left plane, so I'll click it and join it here. Right click, enter. I will trim the unwanted parts, tr, enter, enter. Okay, so I will select this part, this part, this part. So I think it's done here. Now the hole, the rectangular hole inside this object has to be created. So for that I will use the copy option. As you can see, this is 40, this is 32. So I will first create, I will use the copy command, co, enter. So I'll select this line, right? So I'll select this line and click on enter, select the base point, and you can see this is going up. So I'll have to change the ISO plane to ISO top, because I want to go along this line. Okay, along this line, so it's going up. Therefore we know that this is now currently at ISO left, so I will change it to ISO top. So as you can see, I have changed it to ISO top. It's clearly shown over here. So I will bring it a distance of how much? It's given 40, so I'll give 40, enter. Again I will bring it a distance of how much? This is 32, this is 40, so another line will be at a distance of 72 from this particular line, from this base point. Okay, so I will give a distance of 72, enter. Okay, now I think we have to again use the copy command, copy, enter, select this line and click on enter. I will select the base point here and bring it at a distance of how much? This distance is how much? This is 20, this is 24, again this will be 20, because total distance is 64. So I'll bring it at a distance of 20, enter, and then again at a distance of how much? 20 plus 24, that means 44 distance. So 44 distance I will bring it, click on escape, use the trim command, tr, enter, enter, and I will trim the unwanted parts here. So these are the unwanted parts that we don't want, so I will delete it. right? And zoom it a little bit, and as you can see there are inner parts visible here. So inner parts, this is 16 distance, so I will select the line command again. I'll drag this point. I have to change the isoplane now, so function F5. I have changed the isoplane to 16 distance. Now I will select the line and I will bring it at an arbitrary distance, and I will select the line command here, select this point and bring it by changing the isoplane. So this will, I have changed it to iso left, and I click it here. Now I can easily trim it here, enter. So I will trim this part, and as you can see clearly that the object has been properly completed. Now we have to go for this dimensioning part. So 112. So let us first use the uh, aligned option and click on this point, okay, and use this, and I will bring this at a distance of 112. Okay, this is 40 distance, so again I will use this aligned option, select this point, select this point, and it's at a distance of 40. Okay, this is 16 distance, so I will bring it again, align it, and I will use this distance to be 60. Again this is 16 distance, so you have to again use this aligned option, point on this, point on this, and this is 16, right? And this is 64, so rightly you have to select the this point, I mean zoom it a little bit, select the correct point, and this point, and this is 64, right? Okay, now this is 32, this is 40, this is 16, so again the aligned option, this is 32. Okay, this is 32, again this is 16, this point is 16 distance, right? Okay, again this is 32, this is 40, so this is 40 distance. You have to again specify this point as well as this point. Okay, so this is 40, right? And this is 40, this is 32, this is 24, this is 20. So let us dimension it like this, aligned. Select this point, and suppose I am changing the isoplane now, F5. This will be the top, and let us select this nearest point. Okay, so I think I have selected. Okay, so let us again use the aligned option here. So this is the aligned option, drag this point, and this is 32, right? I think it's given 32. Okay, again aligned option, I will select it, I will select this point, and I will select the nearest point on this line. So I will select a nearest point here. Okay, so I think it's 40 now, so let us keep it like this, right? And this is 24, this is 20, so I will use again the aligned option, drag this point, this is 24. Again, now you have to align it as per the diagram. So this is 16 distance, so you have to go to this, where is annotation, dimension. I have to go for this oblique option. Suppose I am selecting this one, click on this, enter, then I want to align it along this direction, so I will select this line. Okay, it's done. Similarly, I will use the oblique option, select this. Okay, now let us see, it's along this line, the same line, therefore click on enter, select this point, okay, so it's done. You can point it and bring it at a convenient position at any point of time, not an issue. So similarly I will complete this. So I think that will complete your drawing. I hope you have understood how to draw it. I'm looking forward to get your assignments as soon as possible. So Do practice it in your home and upload it in the Google Classroom. Thank you.